Welcome back, everybody, to the Colorado Rockies franchise on MLB The Show 21. We're getting closer to getting these Rockies into the postseason for the first time in the franchise. We hold a 3.5 game lead right now for that second wild card spot. Our next milestone is September call-ups, and I've thought about what to do with these extra 2 spots. After we traded away Brendan Rodgers, we lost a little bit of our infield depth, and we don't have that many players that can play second base, and it's been more difficult to give players off days and to keep the team fresh. One player I've identified down at AAA that I'd like to call up is Xavier Edwards, a player we traded for, one of our many trades these past couple years, but I'd like to give him a chance. I considered Ryan Vilade, but he's in a cold streak right now and got sent down to AA, has not been hitting very well. Both players could have a chance to make an impact next year, and both are also out of options. I know that with the 40-man roster in here, just everybody gets invited to spring training, and it makes managing that side of the game really difficult, because once a player's on a 40-man, he basically has a 3-year clock that starts ticking where he needs to be ready to play at the big leagues. Otherwise, you got to deal with waivers, and that's just a big problem. So, Xavier Edwards down at AA is a second baseman, and his potential rating is a 93. He has a chance to be really good. The difficult part is just not being able to send him down to develop at AAA if he's not playing well at the big league level. We're going to have that be the case for a lot of players next season because Austin Martin is also out of options. I've traded for some players who are already on 40-man rosters. They've been going to training camp but being sent down, which is using up their options every year. So next year's going to be really tricky with some of these young players. But I'm excited about Xavier Edwards. He's a very well-rounded player. He has a great arm on display right there. His fielding is a 62, but his arm is a 70. And as a hitter, his vision, contact, and power ratings are all in the mid to high 50s. I'd like them to be a little better. I feel like you start to really see the difference when a player has those in the 60s. And here, I wasn't content with the triple. I tried to go inside the park with him. It did not work. Thought it was worth a try there. You don't want the last out at third, but how about the last out at home like that? Getting very greedy. But Edwards has a chance, I think, to make an impact, and his time is now. Following our series win against the Rangers, we go 1-3 in our next games as the offense has some pretty quiet outings. I also wanted to bring up a pitcher, just some extra depth, and we have some good options at AAA, but most of them weren't on the 40-man roster, and I didn't feel like adding them to the 40-man. So I decided to just go ahead and bring back Ryan Rollison, who had a short time at the majors earlier this season, and his 4 innings didn't go that well, but he's at least already on the 40-man, and we already spent his option this year. He's just being brought up for depth, so we'll bring him back up. He and Edwards are making the roster now as we expand to 28 players. We'll see if that changes at all. I might send down Rollison if something needs to happen, but Edwards will be here to stay without any more options to be spent. We are now a half game up in the wild card. Going 1-3 there hurt, and the Mets have won 9 straight. 2 of those against us. They're 2 games back, and they're trying to sweep us here at Citi Field. We actually had a 4-game losing streak coming in, so it's imperative that we snap that. Even if we can't win the series, every game carries a lot of weight at this stage of the year. We're facing off against the lefty, Joey Lucchesi, with a 1.49 whip. Not a ton of strikeouts and hasn't had that great of a season. Is this a chance for us to get on track? Well, Trey Turner starts us off. A blast to right center field, and it's down in the gap, and the Mets are fortunate. That's a ground rule double. Otherwise, that was a guaranteed triple. That brings up Ryan Reynolds, who still bats second when we take on left-handed pitchers. And the 3-1 misses inside. The first two reach against Lucchese. Two batters later, both in scoring position now. Raphael Devers, fly ball, shallow center. Catch made by Pete Crow Armstrong, and here comes Turner tagging up, and he's not even close. I guess I overestimated Trey's speed there. I thought you could get there, but over-aggressive base running again ruins a nice start to the ballgame. John Means makes the start today, and I've enjoyed playing with him, but we haven't seen enough of those nice one-pitch at-bats. He's been effective. My issue with Means has been his longevity and getting through some of these innings faster. He gets Francisco Lindor looking with a good breaking ball, and then gets into a full count against Dominic Smith. We've had a lot of deep counts with Means, and this one's hit into the shift, and from the outfield, Xavier Edwards cannot throw out Smith. And that extends the inning for Pete Alonso. 1-2 in the dirt, blocked by Johnny Schaefer. That one's fouled off. With 2 strikes, it's tough to put away some of these batters. So we'll shatter the bat of Alonso, and Means ends the inning. That took 21 pitches. I'm being very conscious of the pitch count when I'm pitching with him. We move on to the second inning. It's former Met Brandon Nimmo striking out on a good breaking ball from Lucchese. And as we face the lefty, it's Johnny Schaefer's chance to start. Dominguez gets the day off. And the 3-2 misses away. Yes, no Dom Nunez here after a phenomenal day of hitting in the last episode. But here's the debut of Xavier Edwards, his first major league at-bat for the 23-year-old. And he gets a breaking ball, smashed to left field, and the catch is made. Put a good swing on it, but that's the inning. Bottom 2, Michael Conforto chasing one away. I've been impressed with the strikeouts Means has been able to get, but he really has to earn them. With 2 strikes, the at-bats tend to drag on for a lot longer than you'd expect. And J.D. Davis takes a changeup that could have gone either way. The accuracy with Means is really impressive. And thankfully here he picks up a ground ball for the double play. Getting those is huge to get him through a few more innings. Bottom 3, James McCann hits lefties well, but you got to make contact for that to matter. Strike 3. And then Joey Lucchese, always nice to strike out the opposing pitcher. Pete Crow Armstrong is next, and that one is just off the plate. 2-2, I guess missed inside. 3-2. And that's strike 3. Another great 2-strike pitch. He did a really good job, but strike zone's not doing him too many favors. We go to the 4th inning where Johnny Schaefer is up and hits it off of Lucchese. It ricochets right to Alonso. That's got to be some of the worst luck. Right off the leg. And I don't think I've seen one of these bounce any more perfectly. Here is Connor Joe with 2 away. And that's apparently a called strike 3. I don't like this strike zone today. Slow start against Lucchese, having a really nice day against us. Bottom 4, facing Francisco Lindor. It's hit high and hard to right center field, and it stays in the park. Inches from leaving as Lindor has the leadoff double. That's just the 3rd hit of the entire game. Now Dominic Smith, who's become the best hitter on this Mets team. He also won the home run derby, and these at-bats aren't easy. There's a drive to left center field, deep and down for extras. Dominic Smith gets the scoring started as Lindor comes around. 1-0 New York. That brings up Pete Alonso, and Means catches him out in front of the changeup. Another great 2-strike pitch, strikeout number 6. With 2 away, a base hit to right from J.D. Davis brings home Smith, and the Mets get 2 in the 4th. The Mets offense has woken up. How about Colorado's? There's a drive from Xavier Edwards, hit deep to left field. Dominic Smith at the wall makes the catch. He almost had his first major league hit and home run. Trey Turner's going to right center once again, but that's not going to get down. And through 5 innings, the Rockies still have just 1 hit. Yes, that is without a couple main starters, but we have to do better than this. Bottom 5, John Means turns a double play. That's a big help, as again his pitch count was a problem. And we head into the 6th inning, where Lucchesi continues to paint the corners and do a really good job against this high-powered lineup. That is until he faces David Geronimo. There's a blast to left. See you later. Colorado's got their first run. Took longer than I hoped, but David Geronimo gets a hold of one, 450 feet to deep left field. It's a 2-1 ball game now. Lucchesi stays in, 72 pitches into his day. And here he is falling behind Raphael Devers. That's inside. And after the home run, a walk. Lucchesi stays in. Lefty-lefty against Brandon Nimmo. And he gets the weak ground ball to third base, but the throw from Davis pulls away Jeff McNeil, and everybody's safe. 2 on, 1 down. And Davis getting an earful after that bad throw. That should be 2 errors. They would have gotten the double play. The inning is extended for Johnny Schaefer. And they leave in Lucchesi to face him. 2-1. Ground ball through the right side. And everybody will hold. The bases are loaded. And Joey Lucchesi is coming out of this game. He pitched phenomenally for 5 innings. But now they need Miles Michaelis to end the 6th. We bring Ty France off the bench to pinch hit for Connor Joe. This is just too big of a spot. 1-0. Lined into left field, a base hit, 1 run scores. Here comes Nimmo. He's thrown out, our 3rd over aggressive call on the base paths today, including the AAA game. So I've got to tone that down. 2 on, 2 down. This is Xavier Edwards, 2-2. He strikes out. Colorado ties the game, though. And we go bottom 7, where Scott Oberg comes out of the bullpen. See, with Means, I'm not even getting the option, really, to pitch him beyond the 5th because of his count, not because of the quality of his day. Oberg walks Francisco Lindor. Dominic Smith is up 2 for 2, and now 3 for 3 with a base hit. That brings up Alonso. And Oberg is just not sharp, not hitting his spots. And Alonso draws the walk. That's it for Scott Oberg. He didn't get a single out. And that brings in Alex Colomé, who's in a tough spot. Tie game, bases juiced, nobody down. Ground ball to second base. We'll take the double play, but the Mets retake the lead. Here's J.D. Davis. He had the big error in the previous inning. Hits one to Devers, and his throw is good enough. And that'll end the 6th. Mets up 3-2. Dom Thompson-Williams now in the game, and Michaelis walks him. 2 batters later, Brian Reynolds at the plate. And he hits this one hard through the middle. Thompson-Williams rounds second. He'll head to third base. Runners at the corners with 1 away. And the Mets will go back to their bullpen, trying to end this inning as they'll face David Geronimo. And he hits it on the ground right to second, and they pick up the double play. Huge turn for the Mets defense. And we'll go bottom 7. Sir Anthony Dominguez enters. He strikes out Jeff McNeil. 2 batters later, they pinch hit Austin Hayes, who came in with a 10-game hitting streak. Well, you better hope you get one here to extend it. That's not happening. Dominguez was lights out and good enough to earn a 2nd inning. As we'll go to the 8th, Trevor May is the setup man for the Mets. The former Minnesota Twin. Facing Devers. That one is off the plate. Devers 0 for 2 on the day. And that's a drive to right field. That'll tie this game at 3. Way up there. Bet you never thought you'd get a souvenir. 30 home runs on the season for last year's American League MVP. And how critical has Devers been for us on this run toward our first playoff season? We're all tied up, and Michael Gibbons enters in the 8th. I took out Dominguez after 1 out, but here he is facing Dominic Smith. 2-0, jammed, goes the other way, and that's down for a hit. 4 for 4 for the current leader for National League MVP, Dominic Smith. Now they pinch run for him. Base runner takes off, and Johnny Schaefer throws him out at second base to end the inning. We're going to the 9th. All tied at 3. Late inning drama once again. And like I said, every one of these games means so much. Leading off, Anthony Santander, 3-1. And May misses outside, a 5-pitch walk. Top of the order with Trey Turner. That one gets past the catcher. Moving up to second, Santander is safe. Barely. But he's in scoring position. And Turner takes the slider way low, and that puts 2 aboard. The Mets go to Michael King, one of their best relievers. And he faces Brian Reynolds, who fouls off the big breaking ball. 0-2. Hit the other way into shallow left, and it falls in front of Smith. Scrambling to move up, everybody's safe, and the bases are loaded for the Rockies. That was a tough one to read off the bat. If you just sell out there, Santander scores. Possibly. That brings up Geronimo. Drive to right field. And that's hit deep enough to tag. Santander from third base is safe. And the Rockies have taken the lead. 2 walks, a hit, and a sacrifice. Great job by the offense. Next up, Raphael Devers with 2 down. Oh, there's a breaking ball, but strike 1 for King. Another one. It looks like it's going to be left up, but it breaks so far. That was one to drive. 2-2 to Devers. Even fouled that one off way below the zone. Another 2-strike pitch. And it's a high drive hit deep to right field. And Raphael Devers does it again. Second inning in a row. This time a 3-run blast. And the Rockies go up by 4. This is what the offense has been all about. And Lucchesi started the day pitching very well. The first 5 innings were dominant. But then the offense woke up. We've hit 3 home runs since the 6th. And the Rockies at least take this series finale. They still lose this series, and it's still a losing episode. But it will help us at least get one of those games back. The lead shrinks a little bit today, but wins like this just mean so much. We're going to have some pretty intense series upcoming. I know we went through that gauntlet last week against the Dodgers, Cardinals, and the Padres. This next stretch isn't much easier. We're going to face the Cardinals again, the Giants, who are right behind us in the standings, and the Padres. Milwaukee, they're 10 games under 500, but they're not like a terrible team. I don't think we have easy series remaining. So I'm not even sure playing 500 the rest of the way is good enough. We need to beat good teams. That has been the one thing we haven't done a great job of. We've been big losers against the Dodgers and the Padres. We've actually done well against the Giants, and that must continue. We have some big series against the Diamondbacks as well. I feel like we haven't played them in a really long time. But I hope you enjoyed today's episode. The ending is fantastic, and Devers continues to come through in those late innings when we need him. If you enjoyed the video today, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Leave your thoughts on the episode down below. Do you think this team is going to be able to play well enough the last month to finally get us to the postseason? Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.